Here are the quote authors for this Someone Said game. Hippocrates was a physician during the classical period of ancient Greece. Hippocrates was the first person to separate medicine from religious beliefs by asserting that all sickness arose from a person's environment, diet, and habits. His school established medicine as a profession and required all of his students to swear his Hippocratic oath, which is still relevant and in use today. Aristotle was a Greek philosopher and a scientist. He was a student of Plato and the teacher of Alexander the Great. Aristotle is considered the father of Western philosophy. Although some of his ideas were proven false, his works continue to be important in contemporary philosophical discussions. Nikola Tesla was an inventor, engineer, and futurist. He worked a short time for Thomas Edison, who was developing a direct current electrical power system. Tesla soon found financial backers for the alternating current system, which we use today. Tesla gave public lectures and demonstrations to promote wireless electric power and wireless communication. Winston Churchill was a British politician, army officer, and writer. Winston was born into the highest levels of British aristocracy, but he needed his talents as a journalist to achieve his military and political aspirations. His authority and allegiances often changed dramatically. Winston rebounded from political isolation to lead Britain to victory in World War II, only to lose his prime ministership shortly afterwards. Will Rogers was a comedian and newspaper columnist. He was a Cherokee citizen born in the Indian Territory of Oklahoma. He began entertaining as a trick rope artist in a Wild West circus. He became famous in the Ziegfeld Follies for his political wit and was one of the highest paid Hollywood film stars when he died in an airplane crash in 1935. Greta Garbo was a movie actress who immigrated from Sweden. The silent movie Flesh and the Devil made her an international star. Her last big hit was in 1939. Garbo's accent and vampish screen persona gave her an exotic appeal. She always avoided interviews and interaction with her adoring fans. Peace Pilgrim was a peace activist. In 1952, she became the first woman to walk the entire length of the Appalachian Trail in one season. After a long period of meditation, she then had a spiritual awakening which led her to dedicate her life to peace. She changed her name to Peace Pilgrim and walked across the United States to protest American wars. John Tudor is a former Major League Baseball pitcher. Tudor pitched for the Boston Red Sox, the Pittsburgh Pirates, and then for the St. Louis Cardinals. Tudor's career highlight was a spectacular 1985 season for the Cardinals. He won Game 4 of the World Series that year, but completely fell apart in Game 7. In 1987, he lost another chance to win the World Series. He finally won a World Series ring in 1988 after being traded to the Dodgers. Clarence Thomas is an Associate Justice of the Supreme Court. Thomas is the most conservative member of the court and a strong defender of the United States Constitution. Thomas grew up in rural Georgia speaking a Creole form of English called Gula. He majored in English literature in order to conquer the English language. Go to someonesaid.tv to play a new Someone Said game every day. Click the next show button to see the date and time of the next online game show.